Okay, so as of now, we got the fires that happened over there in Australia. We got the fires that happened over there in Brazil, in Africa, right? Certain places in Africa. You got the California fires. You have the fires in Colorado. They reached up to the point of New Mexico the last time I checked. You have different fires going on at different places with houses and buildings and things of that nature. The fires they reach over there to across the street from Universal Studios. Okay, fire's been going on for a long time, but God said when all these things happen at the same time, more frequently, know that Jesus Christ is at the door. So, okay, now you got tornadoes all over the place. You got the hurricanes all over the place. Tropical storms all over the place, back to back, frequent, right? You have lawlessness going on, the protesting. They want to get rid of police so they can do whatever they want, pretty much, to kill whoever they feel they want to kill. That's Old Testament. When they were stoning people, like when they went and had the lady who slept with somebody else's husband, they said, "We're gonna stone her. What do you suppose we do?" And they asked Jesus Christ that. He was right on the ground. He said, "The first one without sin cast the first stone." So they basically, in a sense, doing the same thing like in the Old Testament times. Since they didn't know Jesus, they won't know anybody that bear light as well. Or they may know what they read, but faith comes about hearing the word of God. You can read it all day. You know what I'm saying? But you still won't really know it unless you have that one-on-one encounter with the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? We can know the word back and forth, and then when Satan comes, he's going to serve as a terror, or bring terrors around you, or bring those flying monkeys that hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Hey, yo! You know what I'm saying? You're welcome. The hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. And they are controlled by narcissists. So they send them hovering around and everything like this, you know what I'm saying? But it got a little besides the point. But, yeah, comes the situation where now Elon Musk is talking about he got a chip that he put inside people, a pig head. And every time the pig rub noses with another pig, they exchanged neurons. They knew what the pig was thinking, and it's supposed to be where if a person has an ailment, a paralysis, or some type of ailment, physically, once the chip goes in, it fixes all that. If they have a spine condition, it fixes all that. The person is back walking what we would call normal, like upright or whatever the case may be. Sicknesses, all that. There's really no need to go to a doctor because it's all in the chip. So if they want to inspire you, they're just going to tap you out through the chip. They want to make you sick, they're going to do it all through the chip. It's all about control. You got to think these are fanatics. They're real big on control. You know what I'm saying? You see how it was in slavery with the Willie Lynch letter and all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, they're real big on control. They create a drug problem just to be in your neighborhood talking about they enforcing the law. You know what I'm saying? But you got to remember, we can't get mad at none of that because that there is a God and there is an evil. There's Satan. There is a good, there is a bad. You know what I'm saying? So with that greater good, God made the law for us to abide by. And those who break the law, those are the ones who's going to have to be judged not only by the world, but by God as well. Because he said, obey the law of the land. They don't, and the people who he appointed to carry the sword, the executioner's sword, they carry out God's vengeance, his wrath. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, that mark of the beast is here. The even got it. They even showed a diagram, whereas they had it in a human's head. They had it in the top of the head. So that's the start. So as they, get better at it, they're gonna make it smaller. Because the size now, it seems like it would be the size of a quarter. So they're gonna make it smaller to be in the forehead. Because Revelation said he calls young and old, free and bond, rich and poor, to receive the mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And it's the number of man, which is 666. Of course, there's going to be people that's going to say, man, I'm not taking that. They're going to bear arms. And they're going to be, going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Because they prepared for Armageddon or whatever, some zombie collapse or whatever the case the person may believe in. They prepare for that. They didn't prepare to leave in the rapture. You know what I'm saying? They didn't believe in Jesus Christ. So therefore Jesus Christ didn't come for them to save them before having to go through all that. You know what I'm saying? So now they're going to end up being going through the tribulation, the great tribulation. God said whoever calls in the name of Jesus Christ will be saved. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. You believe with your heart that God sent his only begotten son to die on the cross for our sins. He rose again. That's really all it takes. But for a person who's been taught that Jesus is white and all this and that and the third, since they was a kid, it'd be difficult for a person to, really just believe like that and have faith in that. You know what I'm saying? Because they believe that he's white when he's not. You know what I'm saying? That's a depiction. God said, make no image in heaven, under the water, or on earth. So, if you was to have a chain with a charm on it, that's an image. You got a man on the cross, that's an image, and that's disrespectful. If I had Jesus is my brother, but if I had a physical brother who didn't come to die, but was killed and hung on the cross until he died, and somebody got a shirt of him on the cross, that's disrespectful to me. You know what I'm saying? That's disrespectful to me. That's the way they chose to kill him, and you gonna put it on your shirt? Stop playing, man. But and then let alone some people had the cross upside down on their hand. You already know what that is. So stay away from them. You know what I'm saying? So push gonna shove becomes a situation where, they gonna perfect that thing, man, because that size could not possibly fit in the forehead or in the right hand. You got the other kind, over there doing a sweep. They doing it in sweep. They got chips in their right hand. Things of that nature. So it's just things we gotta watch out for. You got Jared Kushner over there in Israel. Israel got with the UAE. They're trying to make peace with the Muslims. Well, they're working on it. I believe they're going to make peace because they got to get that red heifer. The red heifer that they're going to sacrifice over there in the third temple. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to that point, halal meat, where they make sure that they meat is the grass fed and all that. So they got to get that red heifer from there because they got to be in that third temple to get sacrificed. So that they can make what kind of bird is that? Like a blue jay or something? Gotta be a blue jay. Anyway, two of them too. But I went through that point and peace and safety. They talking peace and safety. He said they holler peace and safety and then sudden destruction, right? So they over there talking about peace and all this. They finna give them so many billions to rebuild Israel and everything. Trump made Jerusalem the capital of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Whether cold or hot, I believe that God called Trump. You know what I'm saying? To do exactly what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? His name is Trump, and the trumpets in Revelation, you know what I'm saying? Trumpets in Revelation. On his building here in Chicago, it's a big name named Trump. You know what I'm saying? If you think allegorical in so many words, you know, you make sense of it. And you understand that he's only fulfilling prophecy. That's all he's doing. You know what I'm saying? You know, they said the one is the son of perdition is going to be highly prideful. You know what I'm saying? Rambunctious, all that. You know what I'm saying? So when it goes to that point, he fits that bill. But then Jared Kushner does too. So, you know, Jared Kushner is the one that's over there seeming like a savior to Israel, to Netanyahu. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, still watch, you know, once the man of perdition is revealed, then that's when God is going to come at the blinking of an eye, and the rapture is going to hit. You know what I'm saying? All kids is going to be gone, like maybe like under 12. You know what I'm saying? Going to be gone. Bam. Quit. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's called the escape. Pray that you're worthy of the escape. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course, not everybody's going to make it. You know, they're going to have to use their faith going through the Great Tribulation. So when I was a truck driver, I went from Rhode Island to Utah, Florida, through New Mexico, South Dakota. They're cutting down trees everywhere. So ain't going to be nowhere for you to run and hide. So they doing gun confiscation. They doing the mountains first over there in West Virginia. You know what I'm saying? So they doing the mountains. So can't nobody run to the mountains. Mountains been cleared out already. You know what I'm saying? You know ain't no police circulating around the neighborhood in no mountains. They won't come out the mountains. You know what I'm saying? That's a one-way in, one-way out. You know, you dead meat, you go up in there. You know, that's straight up. They got their own community. You know, you don't know what holes they got set for you. You know, plots. Waiting on somebody to come and try some mess. You know, but push gonna shove. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? The signs of the times is here. You got the rioting, the protesting all over the place. That's lawlessness. That's going against God's law. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You know what I'm saying? Under God. You know what I'm saying? Remember they took it out of school, remember? You know what I'm saying? Now you got pastors and priests who talking about grace. God said, okay, they understand grace. Let them know, the ones with insight, let them know that the time is here for them to wake up from their slumber. You know what I'm saying? To take off their old clothes and get ready for the new clothes. He said to a person that think they're evil and can give a gift to a kid, how much more do you think the Father is willing to give you the Holy Spirit? The Holy Spirit is yours because He wished that nobody perished, but everybody comes to repentance. So you got people thinking they big and bad and thinking they did something so big and bad, but forgot that Paul was Saul. Saul, when he was Saul, before he became Paul, you know, God chose him and grabbed them because he used to kill Christians. You know what I'm saying? When they came and laid hands on Jesus Christ, when they came and when the Roman soldiers came, talking about, are you Jesus Christ? Jesus Christ like, yeah, you know, you the Son of God, yeah, you know, that's me, you know. And they laid hands on, no, they bowed down first. Did that. They bowed down first, hit their face. You know what I'm saying? So then that's when, you know, push gonna shove. They try to come lay hands on him. That's when Peter came with his sword, cut dude off. You know, Jesus had to rebuke him like, hold on, this is what I came here for. You know what I'm saying? They ain't kill him. He came to die for you. That's a real brother. That's your brother who did that. You know what I'm saying? You believe in him, he gonna protect you. You know? Remember like in high school, grammar school, you get in some trouble, you go call your brother. Brother, he ain't finna play with you neither. He as good as a pit bull, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, so that's who we got to call on. You know, our Father's in heaven, His son is sitting on his right side until Father make his enemies his footstool. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's pretty much case in point. You know, but you know, we just got to be aware of those signs that Jesus is at the door. You know what I'm saying? So the drinking, the smoking, the fornication, we got to stop that now. Because we don't want to run risk of being here. Because remember, the people who are, that may be left here, they still God's people. They may be into paganism, talking about Egypt and all that. No, that ain't it. You know, they throwing their hand signs up talking about they secret societies. No, that's to trap you here from the rapture. And then after that, after the rapture, now they gonna get real with you and be like, okay, well, you don't take this shit, we gonna cut your head off. Now what you gonna do? Oh, you done gave all your guns up. Oh, y'all done shot each other up. Now you ain't got no soldiers. Now what you gonna do when Secret Service draw down on you? No. You got to get right now. Jesus is right there for you. He said, I'm near to you. I'm near to you than your jugular vein. Hey, he's a bad man, though. I tell you that. You know, that's a bad mama jamma there. You know, the way he came down and wrestled with old boy and then touched his hip and had the boy, you know, messed up from there on. Just by touching his hip. And the way he appeared to people in different ways, like the street light. In Exodus, the people who appeared, who went up into the spirit realm and special connection, they was like, the one on the throne had a crystalline sparkle of a jasper stone, and with the fiery redness of a sardius stone. You know, so that's red. That's the red part of the light. Eyes like fire, right? That's the yellow part. And encircling the throne was an emerald color rainbow. That's green. God made the law for you to abide by the law, right? So there you have it. You know what I'm saying? The red, the yellow, and the green, right? Right there. So when you think about red, which is the spirit, his appearance, that's his color, right? The one who sat on the throne had a jasper, crystalline spark of a jasper stone with the fiery redness of a sardius stone. So when it goes to that point, the blood of Jesus, right, is red. The blood in your body is red. Earth is his footstool, right? Nahum 1:3. The dust, the clouds are the dust of his feet. Your veins in your body are red and blue. Red, color of God, blue, earth. Made for the body. Red and blue mixed together is lavender. Okay, that's something else, right? So you think of the color of the police, red and blue. You know what I'm saying? Or the flag, red, blue, and white. You know what I'm saying? This is no coincidence. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is just think of it like you think of a movie. You reading a book, you break it down. You know what I'm saying? You know, you break it down. You know what I'm saying? So push gonna shove, you know, it's one of those things where we all gotta think about. You know what I'm saying? Peace and love, y'all.